On today's episode, we are talking about the best posting time on Instagram in 2022. I'm going to be covering everything you need to know, especially any unique account differences that you might need to consider based off of where your followers are at, when you're active, all of that good stuff. So first off, what I want you to do, if you have a chance to pull Instagram out, to go to your insights and then click on your following number and then go down to your most active times. All right. So again, you're going to just go insights. You're going to go to your following number, go down to most active times. Do this right now if you have the opportunity to. If you're watching on YouTube mobile, pause it and then go to this data and then come back to this video. All right. Just so you can see exactly what your data is and you can go right along with me. All right. I want you to go to the most active times and click on it so that the numbers appear above the days. And what you will likely see is that all of these numbers are basically the same, okay? I've got two accounts here. The first one, most active times, Friday, 24.6K, Saturday, 24.4, Sunday, 24.5, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all 24.6K. They're nearly identical. They pretty much are, right? So as far as which day, it's showing pretty similar. Now, if I go to my other account, that one is about 7,600 every single day, give or take 100 people. So it is nearly the same every single day. And what that means is that everyone logs on every day. All right. For the most part, everyone logs onto their Instagram at least once a day. If they are an active Instagram user, you just kind of just check it once a day at least, right? Now, as far as which time should you post, and I'm just going to show you, for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm just going to go through each of the days because I've just screenshotted them. There's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They are all the exact same growth curve. All right, this is what I'm seeing. All right, so obviously consider what you're seeing, but I would guess that you are probably seeing very similar metrics to me. Unless you live in Australia and nearly all of your followers are US, then you probably just see a slightly different curve here. Like it's the same curve, but it's just distributed differently. You're probably seeing that the most active times per day are pretty much the same. The activity per day is also pretty much the exact same. And what this means is that everyone logs into Instagram all the time. So there's actually not that many bad times to post. Now, every account is unique, of course, so you do want to take this into consideration, but most accounts will have very similar posting times that work the best for them. Some examples of when this might be slightly different for you. I have a person that I work with that their target follower are teachers. And teachers usually are up early. They are not really on Instagram before they get to work. They're probably not on it very much during the day. But once they get home around 4 or 5 p.m., then they're usually a lot more active. So she posts at that time because she knows that unlike a lot of other accounts that can post at the beginning of the day, and that's their best time, teachers aren't usually on their phones, right at the beginning of the day. So unique factors like that should come into consideration when choosing the best posting time. But for the most part, these 3 times will be the best for most accounts. All right. So at least start here and do it multiple times. All right. You can't really just do like one post at each of these 3 times and then see whichever one got the most likes and then rule it out as your best posting time. You're really going to have to post multiple different times at each time slot because you're posting different content each time, which will be so much more of the determining factor. The main point that I want you to take out of this episode, more so than posting time, is that content is king. The quality of your content, the watch time you're getting will matter so much more. Watch time probably even more than a lot of the engagement metrics nowadays on Instagram. But keeping people on the app longer is going to show Instagram that it's the exact type of content that they want to keep pushing out to other people. And regardless of what time it is that you posted it, if the content is really quality, it's just going to keep going regardless. At this point of the year, we were expecting to already see Instagram switch to a chronological feed because at the end of last year, or maybe it was the beginning of this year, they announced that they were going to switch back to that, which would make posting time extremely important. So be sure to subscribe because if they change to that, I'm going to be coming out with an episode right away and it's going to scrap this episode too because the posting time will totally change like what answer it is. But the 3 times that you need to post at are 8 a.m., 11 a.m., and 3 p.m. for the times that you have the most followers in. And I know, like, if you're in the US and there's all these different time zones, don't look into it too much. Just give or take an hour or so from those times is great. You're going to do a very early in the morning time, you're going to do a just before lunchtime, and then you're going to do an early afternoon time. And if you want to try an evening time too, obviously go for it. The main point, like I was saying before, is that content is the most important. So like if you got a post ready to go, it's 6 p.m., you just want to get this thing off, it's not really that bad of an idea to just, go ahead and post it. If you feel like this is a motivational post, get your day started the right way, then maybe it's not like the appropriate time to post at night. That would be like the only other thing to consider with posting time is this type of content something that the rest of the world is really wanting to digest at this time? And that answer is still okay for most industries, right? If you're like humor based or really educational based, most of it is totally fine to be consumed at whatever hour that person happens to be on Instagram. So there's really not that much wrong with posting at any time of day. But I will say that if you just stick to post anytime before 5 p.m. in the country that you have the most followers, then you should be good. When I post later in the day, it doesn't work as well. I think it's always one of those things that you can experiment, especially if you have a lot of international followers, then it might be good to mix up some posting times and do some at night. But I think if you have the majority of your followers in one country, that you're not going to want to post past 5 p.m. in that country, just because posts have about 12 hours, more like 8 hours of really active life where it shows to your followers. And if you don't have that many on during that time, then that's where you're going to lose a lot of the potential reach to your own following with that post. And unless it's doing really, really well, it probably won't keep going after 12 hours. So post before 5 p.m., I would say even more so before 3 p.m. in the country that you have most of your followers, and you should be just fine. Don't worry about day and get out as much content as you can, daily posts if you can. I just try to go no more than 3 days without posting is my rule for keeping top of mind with my audience. Try to post once a day if you can. I just don't go more than 3 days without posting, and very rarely is there an exception to that. But it is okay if you want to take a break. Instagram's not going to punish you for taking a week or two off. I'm just saying, for the sake of keeping top of mind with your followers, keeping your following growing, you're going to want to do a post at least every 3 days. That concludes this episode for posting time. I'm sorry if you were expecting a more complicated answer, but the good news is that really is all there is to it. Be sure to subscribe so you can catch the episode on exactly how to do hashtags in 2022, where we'll have more of a tactical episode going on, and I'm going to show you some tricks that I've never debuted before, actually, that have been working very well for me. So be sure to subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.